Our next team is Team EcoWorld from New Westminster Secondary. They built an app that helps fight climate change by measuring your carbon footprint and providing ways for you to reduce that footprint. Let's see the pitch presentation by Team EcoWorld from New Westminster.
You probably want to fight climate change. You want to save animals on the brink of extinction and protect your beloved homes from fires, floods, and hurricanes. This is why we created EcoWorld.
We believe that people have a goodwill and want to fight climate change. With our app, we give them a tool to enable them to do so.
The app tracks users' carbon footprint by asking a few questions every day. It gives the user tips to improve it, as well as information on climate-related topics.
As I open the app, I get to see my current carbon footprint, 3.7 Earths. By swiping down, I can see how different categories influence my footprint. I want to know more about transport, so I click it, and on the next slide I get to see my progress in transport, but also my total progress. I can even swipe through it. On the following slide, I can see my footprint compared to some countries' average footprints. On the last slide, the app gives me individual tips to improve my footprint. It can, for example, remind me to make a meatless Monday. But how does the app calculate my carbon footprint? Well, Echo, the tree character, asks me a few questions each day. So let's get started. I drove in the car with my family today around 30 kilometers. We were 3 to 4 persons in the car. For breakfast I had bread, actually a lot of bread, and I had some butter that is not good for the environment, as you can see here. And I had some jam, and along with that a nice juice. Oh, nice, I'm halfway through the questions. Now I get a reward for answering the questions, gold and points, and I can see how my footprint developed. Actually, it dropped by half an Earth.
This is a good time to explain what your carbon footprint is. As you all know, we only have this one Earth. But if everyone would emit as much CO2 as I do, if everyone would use as many resources as I use, we would not need one Earth, but 2.4 Earths in order to have enough resources on a long-term basis, in order to stay under a temperature rise of 2 degrees Celsius on this long-term basis. With that being said, let's return to the demo.
In case you're wondering what I can do with the gold that I got by answering a few questions, there is a shop in the app where I can select my currently chosen profile image as well as a skin for Echo. I can purchase a ticket in order to win a new profile image by spinning the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see whether we are lucky today. Yeah, quite lucky. We got a new profile image that is rare, that is now displayed here.
I want to spin the Wheel of Fortune again, but unfortunately I don't have enough gold anymore. In that case, I can navigate to the blog post screen and learn about climate-related topics by reading those blog posts. Interesting. Next, Echo, the tree character, asks me a question related to the blog post that I just read. I think it's this answer. And yes, I'm right. Now I receive this golden key, which I can use to open this chest. I just received 10 gold as well as 50 points. But what can I do with those points? Well, I can open the social screen and compare with my friends. As you can see, I'm on rank number 5 in my friends list. The ranks are not by one's footprint, as it could easily be faked, but rather by one's points representing how active they use the app and therefore fight climate change.
If I want to add a friend or be part of a team, I can scroll down in order to scan a QR code. For example, I saw this poster on a school hallway claiming a school EcoWorld team. Oh, now I'm part of that team. And now I can compare with my schoolmates so that we can find the most avid climate fighter in school. Let's fight climate change together with EcoWorld. The app that calculates your carbon footprint, educates you about climate-related topics, connects you with friends, and motivates you to live green in a gamified way.
Thank you, EcoWorld. I really love how you make it easy to understand not only the impact we have on our planet, but also what each of us can do to make it better. We now have a question from Judge Terrence for Team EcoWorld.
Team EcoWorld. Now, climate change and your carbon footprint is not really an easy topic to communicate, so great on you guys for picking that. It was a good job. Your design was thorough, consistent, clean, and friendly. There's definitely a lot of depth to the app, but it still seemed pretty easy to use. I think one of the confusing parts of the app, though, is the gamification function. As your app is a utility first, you want to be careful that users are not just playing a game. And I do understand you want to incentivize people to use the app. So maybe look for ways to tangibly reward users with more utility. So my question is, awareness is an important factor and reason why you created this application on climate change. Have you given any thought beyond the competition feature to how users can share their progress or footprint with others that are not really users of the app or have any knowledge about climate change?
Yes. I also enjoyed the friendliness of the app too, Terrence. Maybe this was the tactic used to not scare people away from facing such a serious problem or such a serious topic. But the more serious question is, have you thought about how users can share their progress or footprint with non-users of the app?
Your question was related to the gamification part, and we should be careful that users are not only playing a game, but really fighting climate change. But I think that both can go along very well, because I want to give Duolingo as an example here, in case you don't know. It's an app used to learn a language, and it highly relates to gamification and is based on gamification, uses it to motivate users to really learn that language. And I think that can work here too, because the people see when they answer the questions and really deal with the problem climate change and read up on the problem and really track their own progress, and they get rewarded in a way that makes them use the app. I think that's a really great thing, because that way gamification and this feeling of playing a game and saving the earth can really go together. Do you want to add something, Zach?
No, I think you really covered the base core aspects of it. Just using the gamification to engage the person in future learning.
Okay. Thank you, team. Maybe it's time for me to get social and tell the world that I'm doing a good deed to society. So, hey, Roland, did you check out that tomato plant babies growing of mine?
Yes, I did, Janice. I can't wait for you to give me some later in the summer. Be sure to save me some.